Good afternoon, TNT Super Fantastic Family. Today is Hump Day Wednesday, March 13, 2019. Yours truly, Raymond 98 here, along with.
Good morning, TNT. Okay, we are here. It is Wednesday. Raised a lot of static noise in the back. It is March the 13th, which happens to be my 38th year wedding anniversary. But I'm still here, even though I should be somewhere else. So let's get it done. All right, Ray, you had some updates you put out. Let's get this party started.
All right. Let's see. Wait a minute. Let me back up for a second. We didn't do anything on Monday, did we? We didn't do a call Monday. So there was a Sunday night update. So let's do that so we can chronologically get caught up. So the Sunday late night update that went out said late today, a Parliament spokesperson informed that an agreement was reached between the blocs to meet on Monday and vote for the last 4 cabinet positions to be confirmed and without dispute. And of course, Monday's call was postponed. So we didn't have the call Monday to give you the update on that, which we will today. And then on the Tuesday update, Parliament met on Monday. And instead of concluding the 4 cabinet positions as allegedly planned, Prime Minister Modi was supposedly given the authority to fulfill the remaining cabinet members within 3 weeks. Also, America's used to be largest fast food chain, Hardee's Restaurants, also known as Carl Jr.'s on the West Coast, has established a presence in a mall in Baghdad. And it's Hardee's over there in the mall in Baghdad. Also, Iraqi TV is broadcasting CBI's Alaq, informing the joining of the IFC, that's the International Finance Corporation, joining the IFC's International Sustainability Network. Now, there were some other updates that I did not post because they were changing within the hour, or every other hour it changed. We said that Prime Minister was given full authority to fulfill the remaining cabinet members, and he had 3 weeks to get that done. Then later there was a broadcast on the television that said that the remaining cabinet members were going to be concluded by the 21st. And then later, another post was put on the television saying that the cabinet members are going to be decided on Saturday. So how about that for 3 different messages all within 6 hours being broadcast on the television? It seemed like it was within 6 hours, maybe a little bit longer, but still all for one day. It's like, make up your mind already. So that was the last thing, that the cabinet members would be decided by Saturday.
We didn't get anything for Thursday?
Thursday?
Yeah, nope. Saturday is the day, not Thursday?
Just give one for Thursday. Wait a minute. There was something. Yeah. It went from the 21st to Saturday. See? That would have really confused everybody if we posted all that craziness.
I thought we got something for Thursday.
Probably did. I'll have to go back and look over all the different messages that seem to just keep coming one behind the other. Every other hour, a new message popped out.
Yes. Says they will meet to discuss the names Thursday and vote on Saturday to complete. Okay.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay.
So two things, Ray.
Yes.
Let's see. I can barely hear you, boss. And then I got tell Ray to turn it up, please. So I don't know if he's talking about you or me because it came from the same person.
Okay.
But, today, I'm going to try and talk a little slower, a little louder because our transcriber just sent me a message saying I talk too fast. So I'm going to slow down a little bit today. All right? I'm going to try and get through this. All right. So was that the update? Okay. So let me make sure Ray's still here first, you guys. And
okay. Yes,
Ray,
that's it.
You still here?
I thought you heard me. Yeah, that was it. That was it for the update.
No, I didn't. Okay. So let's see where we're at. We talked to our guys in Iraq. I was going to actually read you guys what he said, but I'll just tell you. So we have people that are on some of the teams over there involved in the office. I'm talking about Americans now. And what they let us know was, yes, the 286 is on the cards. Yes, the prices are changing. He said, yes. He knows someone who got an SKR. They were cashed out at $3.37. So they're done. And he said, yes, all we're doing is waiting to go international so the whole world can see it. Everything else is done. So he's not a person that's just over there shopping or walking the street. He's not our cab driver either. He's actually somebody who was in the know and attends most of the meetings there. So he's saying we're done. They're still going back and forth, is what he said, but as soon as we go international, it's over. So that's from his perspective and everything that he's seen. You guys know the ISX went up on Forex on Friday. Everybody was excited about it, as we were. So I have some people who are at Forex who were excited about it. Said people were celebrating that they're about to be millionaires and super rich and everything else. And that they feel that would happen sometime this week. They never put anything out like that and it didn't change quickly. So they are expecting something like that sometime this week, which goes with what I told you before. Our guy who usually gives us information over out of Kurdistan, and I tell you he's a couple of days early sometime, he's a week early sometime. But this should be his week also, because he said last week. So this should be the week that it gets done. So I'm looking at this week, really kind of excited. The bank rates haven't changed. They're still there. We got a lower level person. Well, I don't want to call her that. But anyway, she's not a regional person. But she said on Sunday she could see rates on her screen. So I know they've dropped down another level and are visible to more people at the bank than they were even before. So the goal is still, what I'm hearing from the bank, is this month, before the end of the month, probably before the 28th, because I know they don't want it to fall on my birthday. They just don't want that to happen. It'd be great, but I'd appreciate it before then. So all the news is good news. Guys, we'll see what happens on Saturday with the ministers, but something could happen on another day prior. So Forex is telling us that we should look for a day between tomorrow, what's tomorrow, Thursday? Yeah. Between tomorrow and Sunday, that we should actually see it go live internationally. So that's what they're being told right at this point. Somewhere between tomorrow and Sunday. So we wait. Not a whole lot else to talk about. We got the rates. We know the 800 numbers are coming. We know everything is true over in Iraq, all the way from Baghdad to the Kurdistan region. Rates are changing. 286 is on their cards. We know some of the SKRs have been actually cashed out. We know the banks are ready to go. They do have the rates on their screens. And we know everybody, 1, 2, 3, Iraq, the banks, Forex, are all looking for something to happen this week. And we're in the middle of the week. So let's see what happens. All right, Ray, that's where we're at.
Okay.
Let's see where we want to be. We got some questions?
All right. We'll start with Soma, it looks like. I believe that's how that's pronounced. What is the significance for us Dinarians in the Iraq/Iran meeting, which was very public?
So, let me understand this. Why do we care about what's happening in Iraq? Why do we care about Iraq and Iran working together and being friends instead of the enemies that we want them to be? So, your question is, who cares? We do. In order for this to go, for Iraq to be a successful economy, which we want them to be, they have to live with their neighbors, and we have to let them live with their neighbors. If 80% of their products are imported from Iran, I would think they still have to work with Iran to become successful, even to get weaned off of those products. That makes sense. The last thing we would want to happen is we go exchange all these dollars for dinar, the Treasury takes them, Iraq crashes. That's all useless, and now we got useless dollars floating around out here, which kills our economy. So yes, we do want Iraq to be successful for years to come, because this is a 30-year project, not a 30-day project. Now, if you want to ask, what does it mean for us going to the bank today or tomorrow, everybody wants to know where this money is going to go when it becomes more valuable, what the agreements are going to be, and how it's going to be spent. Iran is part of it. They're the ones we don't want to have it, who absolutely has to have it. It's going to be the only currency they can work with. So it is important. All these meetings are important, and they're important for the people of Iraq, who you guys must always remember are people just like us, human beings trying to do the best they can do. All right, who's next?
Beach Cindy says, have you heard anything about the U.S. returning to the gold standard at or around the time of the RV? And if so, how would that affect the rate?
Well, we turn to the gold standard, seems like every other week is what I hear. We're back. We're gold back. We're gold back. Which we should already be gold back. We're already Basel III compliant, and that's what we needed to be in order for the RV to take place. Guys, you're not going to see anything any different, I don't care what anybody tells you, than you did when we became a fiat currency. One day we were gold back, the next day we weren't. Didn't affect you and me at all. This is not going to affect you and me because most people were not even going to know it. What it does is make the dollar stronger when it's traded globally in the economies. It's not going to affect our rate at all. We're not going to say, now that we're gold back, I need $1, and somebody's going to give you $1 and a dime or $1 and a quarter. You get that same dollar. Our economy is not going to change overnight. Our price is not going to change overnight. Life continues on. It's supposed to be a stronger dollar around the world because it's supposed to be backed by gold. But we will not see one significant thing change. We will not see all these U.S. ends that these people keep telling you about. We're not going to see all of our currency change on Friday one day, on Saturday morning something else. And I've gone over that 100 times. That doesn't make sense to the stupidest person, much less people with common sense. That our money is going to flip in a day, and we're the only ones who know it. I mean, what is the rest of the country going to do when they wake up and we got yellow dollars and pink $20 bills and blue 50s? Oh, you're not going to change colors. They're just going to change and say Treasury versus Federal Reserve. And nobody's going to know any different. Then what difference is there? I mean, I cannot spend that one that says Treasury or Federal Reserve in the same vending machine. Or, you know, I took $100 to the store today in the gas station, and he's scanning it. Well, do you think that scanner is made for USNs? No. Okay, it's not. It's made for the current dollars that we have now. So how are they going to put them out? He's going to scan it and say, hey, this is counterfeit. Now what do I do? Did somebody put out this morning or yesterday that we're all going to be paid in USNs? Okay? Or what you guys have notes? How is that supposed to happen if they're not at the banks, if they're not on the streets? If the RV is tomorrow or Friday, every time we go to the bank, that's all they're going to give us? It's some different notes what the rest of the world going to get. Let's just use some common sense factors here sometime, all right? Don't pay attention to everything you hear. Watch what they do, not what they say. And if they're telling you that crap, they're telling it to you for a reason, because they're about to do something to you when you get your money. Okay, Ray?
All right, Lena says, do you think politics in the U.S. is holding the reval up?
No. What's next?
Okay. And what do you really think is holding it up?
Well, for months now, we've thought that it's been held up because they want to know who's going to be the defense and interior, because they're going to be in charge of all this money in Iraq. And we know the laws and things that we put in place to make them accountable over there, but they still want to know who the guy is. We want our guy. Of course, Iran wants their guy. And that's the only thing we can see holding it up. The CBI has said we have all the money. They came out with articles this week. We are all prepared. We've done everything we can do. It's the government's responsibility to make the situation right. And by that article, it means the government's responsibility to put the right people in the right place so that we can go ahead and do this. And that's the only thing I see them waiting for. So now they say they're going to do it 3 weeks from now. They're going to do it on Saturday, Sunday. As long as they have agreement in place, an agreement that they have to live by, I think they'll surprise us as to when they'll do it. They'll do it before that announcement is made because everybody's expecting it after. You already got to know if they've already done it in country, which every day we're getting more and more evidence, more and more people saying, yes, it is over here. This is a rate. This is on their card. You guys go on Facebook and ask some of those people, and they'll tell you what they have on their card. You don't have to take my word for it. Just go ahead and do that. But as we see that, we know we're closer and closer to it being international, and that's the last little bit that we need, I think, to see the RV. Do we need those people? No. Do they want those people in place? Yes. And now that maybe a decision is made on Saturday versus next week, we'll see it a lot sooner. Or we'll just see it, like the three I told you earlier, are waiting for something to happen this week. And yes, what's CIA? I'm gonna tell you before you even ask me. They gave me a specific date when they think we should see it. Not date, but day. Between now and Sunday, they think there's a day in there that we should see it, based on history and the information that they have. And no, I'm not going to say that day, but there's only 4 days between now and Sunday, so it doesn't matter which one. they think it's one of those days it's going to pop up on Forex. So think about what I just said. It's going to pop up on Forex. Forex is closed Friday evening. Doesn't open again until Sunday noon. Well, actually, it's 2 o'clock our time. It's when it opens up. But it's going to pop up on Forex. So when does that have to occur? All right, what's next, Ray?
All right, Sexy Chocolate says, are we still waiting on the Prime Minister, Marty, to fill the cabinets before you get the 800 numbers?
Well, definitely before we get the 800 number. We were waiting on the RV. So it could come before or after that. So we're not going to get the 800 numbers until the RV occurs, guys. So.
D Music says, is Northwest Bank one of the ones you have on your list? I ask only because they've been building them quickly in the Buffalo, New York area. The list that I have, D Music, is for banks that are already exchanging and trading the Iraqi dinar. So you can just call them and ask if they're dealing with dinar right now or not, and then you would know. Okay, Pepito.
You actually want him to call the bank instead of just asking you so you can look on your list and say, yeah, they're on my list?
Yeah, but they might not be on the list. And if he calls the bank, he can report back and say, hey, Northwest is doing it, and then the list can grow.
Oh, okay.
That's how the list was generated at first. People were checking with their local banks and asking, and then reporting back to me.
All right.
So,
all
right. Papito 3891424 says, on the call, you all talk about the importance of setting up a trust as part of asset protection. So if our exchange is non-taxable, why would I want to place our exchange funds into a chosen trust, LLC, or foundation where it will be monitored and subjected to all tax withholdings under the law? All right, you have some misunderstandings somewhere. First off, if it's non-taxable, no matter where you place it, if you make it grow by any means, it's going to be subject to tax. Whether it's a trust, the LLC, well, not a foundation actually, because it would be tax exempt. But those are all after the fact, after the exchange activities. So your money is going to be subject to taxes and withholdings anyway if you put it to work. So I think you're getting concept confused on why or why not to place it in the trust or the LLC. Okay, Champagne Life says, can we RV without Brexit?
Yes, we can RV without Brexit.
Sunstar
There's nothing to do with the RV. Good.
Okay. Sunstar says, with the many different currency dealers on the World Wide Web, before the public, the dealer have to be notified within minutes or hours when they are ready to flip the RV switch?
As many dealers as there are, I'm pretty sure they will be notified. They usually get a notice to get ready, just like everybody else, just like Forex would. So, yes, if you know some dealers, ask them have they gotten a notice every time there was a current change or current rate change. Somewhere there in the system, they're buying and selling. They're subject to the same things that everybody else who's doing the currency changes. Okay?
And, a lot of these dealers that have website presence, you can email them and ask that question direct to them, and then they can answer it for you. So we won't have to tell you what we're hearing. You can get that straight from the horse's mouth. Okay, number 2, are there any upcoming major events in Iraq that needs to happen to drive this RV across the finish line?
Maybe to vote on Saturday or whenever they come with the agreement or finalize it. Guys, I think the vote is done. They know who they're going to take and when. They're delaying it to make the announcement. Now, if they're looking for something else, they keep saying they're in agreement with who is going to go in, or they're saying that Mahdi can now make that decision himself. Either way. But the date itself when they're going to do it and announce it is what changes. So we have to look at why is that, or what data they're trying to get to there. But sometimes, let me see, today's the 13th, operational rates change at the first part of the month or the middle of the month. And I think we'll get ready to be in the middle of the month. So let's see what happens. All right, Ray.
Steve Yoga says, have any of your contacts told you what the cost for a loaf of bread is in Iraq? This will indicate to us what the rate is.
Well, it wouldn't indicate to you what the rate is because you didn't know what the cost of a loaf of bread was before, so you'd have to have something to compare it to indicate which way it's going. What they have told us is the actual rate, $2.86, that's on their card. So I really don't need a loaf of bread to figure out what multiple people have already told me. Okay.
Okay, let's see. TNDR says, Tony, a while back you said history books would show the revaluation of the IQD occurred in April 2017. I could be wrong about the year, so correct me if need be. But can you now say why you said this? Also, this past January, you said they have planned this to go in January for several years now. Do you feel strongly about January as the better month to do this based on your mention of this being planned in the several past Januaries?
Okay, so this is what we know. Iraq itself put out an article last week, or within the last 2 weeks, that this was planned for October 2014. They wanted this to go live October 2014. Now, they said they put it off for 5 years because of the corruption, and they wanted to get a handle on the corruption. That was the reason in the article why they put it off. The corruption and stealing of the money and everything. So our information, which is from people who are involved in it, CBI people, bank people, government people, know that along the way of doing that, every January they have attempted to go. Now, Iraq has attempted to go. U.S. has stopped it every time because they're saying, nope, you didn't do enough, didn't do enough, didn't do enough. Heard that all the time. Now, when I told you that this would be the date in history, that date was, it was because I had actually received that from somebody that morning in our own Treasury Department who said this is going to be the official date. Now, I can say that because they said it. I can say that because I tell you what's reported to me or what they've attempted to do. But when it actually comes time to do it, I don't know what date they're going to put on it. I know what I was told. I don't know what day they're going to do it. I have a day right now that they're expecting this to go because they've had a meeting, because they've been told, everybody get ready, this is what we're going to do on this. But that don't mean it's going to happen. Now, if it does happen, okay. But if it doesn't, because somebody above them said, no, we're not doing it on that day, because that dumbass Tony went out and told everybody. So now we have to move it to this day or something similar to that. And I've heard that before. Believe me, I have heard exactly that before because now everybody's ready for it. But we don't know. But it could change for a myriad of reasons. So I'll just try and pass on to you guys the information. We'll see what happens. History will take care of itself. The only thing I know about history is you're a part of it. Each and every one of you. When you read it, hear about it, think about it, 10 years from now, you're going to say, I did that. That was my start right there. All right, what's next?
Okay. Cave and CA51. Is the Zim still showing on bank screens, and are the banks saying one thing and the committee members saying something else about it being exchanged? Yes, nothing's changed on the Zim stuff from our last call that we did. Annie Oakley says, you stated that the rates on the bank screens. Do you have an update on what they are?
Annie Oakley. Is that her real name?
No, that's the board name.
All right.
Annie Oakley.
The rates have not changed from the last time we gave them to you guys. And I actually tried to get another update this morning, which I'm still waiting on. But so far, our information has not changed.
All right, we'll go to some live callers. First one is 951 area code.
Good afternoon, good morning, gentlemen.
Reading.
Good morning.
Hey, Tony, just keep the fundamentals in place here. Obviously, U.S. Treasury codes are in place, and the money's still in the bank, correct?
Money's in the bank. Codes in place. Lower denominator and the ATMs over there. Bank people are ready to go here. Nothing has changed.
Okay, no problem. Now, let's talk about that because your Kurdistan contact, obviously, you always say he's a week ahead. It was supposed to be this week. No big deal. Are the lower notes in the ATMs and the ATMs are turned on, or are they getting the lower notes right now, or are they still waiting to? What does your Kurdistan guy say regarding the lower notes and when they flip the ATM to turn on?
The lower notes are in the ATM, and I'm getting that from both my Kurdistan guy and our American guy over there, so they agree. And no, they do not know each other. They both say some of the lower denoms are on the street. They both say that. They both have seen some of the lower denoms, and they're ready to go. And they're both said we're just waiting to be international for the world to see
Great.
it. No. And they both say the same rate on the cards, 286. I got that from both of them.
That's fantastic. That's really fantastic. And as far as the people in the Forex, I mean, obviously they're excited, and the guy that you're talking to or the people that you're talking to, are they in the know? Are they at the upper level on the Forex, or are they the traders, or can you give us some information? And I'm assuming it's an upper level guy at Forex that's telling you this information. Is that correct?
It's I'm gonna say it's a guy who's been there for over 25 years and knows how the system operates.
That's all I need to know. That's fantastic. And then on Saturday, if they can do this, we'll see. Are you putting a lot of credence to this vote on Saturday in order for them to go? I mean, I think you pretty well told us when what's going to happen if you can figure out what you said. And I know. Do you still think that has to go through on the minister's end on the vote? I mean, because I agree with you totally. It's been voted on already. Like your Kurdistan guy said, it's already they're just playing a game. You still think that we still have to see that in reality before this actually goes in, or what's your take on that?
I think if they were smart, we would see the RV before they made the announcement. Because after the announcement, with everything that's done, there's clearly no other reason to hold it back. So
Correct.
We could all, bet the whole house on it. So being smart would be take it live first because we're not expecting it, and then make the announcement where you already have an agreement and have had an agreement for some time. You were just trying to get to this point, whatever it was.
Right.
Would be the smart thing to do.
And because the people in the know in the United States know who it is anyway, so that's not going to be a surprise either. So, but no, that is great news. The lower notes are fantastic. That's what I'm looking for. That, for me personally, is to get the lower notes out there. And they're out there. This thing is about ready to blast. So, man, I do appreciate the information, guys. And hopefully we'll have a call on Wednesday, on Friday. But appreciate the information, Tony and Ray. You guys have a great day. I'll let that next caller come on in. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Hey, have a good day now.
Okay.
All right, you
865. You're on.
Hi, guys. Appreciate all the info here. Just kind of for answering my my brain here. In the past, you had referenced things dealing with banks over here needing to be open or all closed, and then it was to the point where they just wanted to get it done. It didn't really matter whether the banks were open or not. Does the same kind of analogy apply to the Forex, given that now the reference is dealing with Forex?
You know, they always wanted to do it when Forex was closed. So the banks wouldn't have competition in the beginning. They could just go with the rate because that's the only rate. Mm-hmm. Once Forex is up and running, they have to go with that Forex rate. Now it changes every day, and people are looking at it, and it's a little bit different. So if they could have got that crowd through those 72 hours like they wanted to, while Forex was shut down, they could say this is the rate, and we can negotiate what we want. Versus every morning we had to go by what Forex is now saying, would have been the easiest thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now, looking at what we're talking about today, Forex thinks they're going to be the ones to pop it out. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What I'm finding interesting is that it's just surfaced very within a short period of time on the operational rates page, which you referenced in your opening comments, that there is no mid-month revision for March 2019. That message, which is in red, was not there a couple of days back. Of course, in the back of my mind, I keep thinking, well, they can post it there saying there's nothing official, but that doesn't mean that something can't be done between now, March 15th, or whenever. Is that a fair enough assumption on my part?
Well, I would think like you're thinking. They're saying there is no revision because we're not going to be predictable like we normally and tell you guys that all these currencies will get ready to change. And if we put the wrong rates up there, then we've lied to the public because we knew that was going to happen. So it'd be better not to put out any revision at all and just let it happen. Would be the best course, I think.
Good. What sort of celebrations, if any, seem to be on tap in Iraq? Because, months and months ago, there seemed to have been all sorts of, review platforms and that sort of thing. Or are they so tired of all of this, or it's all done over there, they could care less, and they aren't going to be doing any official celebrations?
I don't think there's going to be an official celebration. There's not scheduled like it was. They're not having stanchions put up. They're not inviting 50 countries in. They're not scheduling holidays. And the fact that they've already changed the rate is going to take away some of it from there. So it's just going to change again and again, and they're going to be there. So I don't see the big celebration. They tried it, 3-4 times, and every time it got stopped. So, yeah, I think they've probably outgrown that.
Indeed. Okey-doke. Well, appreciate it, and again, hope this may well be the last pre-RV call that you guys have to do 10 days from whenever. We'll be doing our Pay It Forward TNT Superfantastic or Pay It Forward project. And, of course, it's always interesting. Friday, the 15th of March, the Ides of March. I wonder if they are aware of that symbolism in here. I want this done before that or whatever. So that's my editorial comment. So, okay. Have yourself a great day, guys. Appreciate it.
All righty.
Thanks
again. You too. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you. Bye-bye.
360 area code. You are on.
360. That's me.
That's you.
Oh, sweet. Well, good morning, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Good morning.
Yeah, one or the other or both. Might as well be both, eh?
That's right.
I think this may drive you a little nuts because it did me when I first heard it and it asked of me, and I wasn't sure that there would be an answer that would be close to being the right one. But if a to produce income immediately. Mainly they're thinking because of their age, that they would like to be able to start to enjoy it now. I'm sure that's what's predicating this. What would your recommendations be, realizing, you're not financial advisors and all of that, but I mean, that would have immediate, what do you would have the things, potential for immediate income production? That's the first question.
Okay, but you said Ray, right?
Well, yeah. Hey, this one's ticking.
No, I thought you were sending the question to Ray.
Wait a minute, I was waiting to hear the thud, but I didn't hear the bus go over. So, no, I'd be interested in both of your responses.
Oh God. Okay. That was funny because he's going to ask him something about trust or foundations or where to put his money. So I was just waiting on that. All right. So your question is, if this happened tomorrow, where's the first place I would like to put some money to see it grow? That's basically it?
That's fair to say, sure.
Okay. All right. I'm going to look first with the bank that I'm going with and see what they have to offer immediately, as in projects, as in any IPOs that they have that are about to go live, because there's always some about to go live. And then I'm going to see what I can get in, at what price I can get in, and how much I can get in. Now, here's the difference between me and all of you guys. Anytime I go into an IPO, investment, anything, I have to limit myself to 9% because I can still talk to you about it at 9%. When I go over 9%, I can't share that with the world like we plan on doing in industries and things like that. So you need to go in and see as much as you can get out of that IPO at the lowest rate and go from there is what I would look at. Now, I'm looking for, which I shouldn't even be telling all you guys, thousands of people, I'm looking for these marijuana companies that are going public. Because I can tell you guys, just like I told you about 3D, you see 3D everywhere now. And they're great companies and things to get involved in. All these marijuana companies and all these states that are passing these laws, eventually, they're going to go public. There's going to be more than one in each state. But eventually, all these cigarette companies are going to buy all these marijuana companies because they're going to rule that industry. And I guarantee you people are going to make billions and billions of dollars in the future. And you can look at it 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and say, that damn Tony, he said that, and I didn't listen. I guarantee you, this is going to be like the cigarette industry, the alcohol industry, all over again. Because they're going to claim that because there's so many different directions they're now going with it, and it's all going to be legal. Because this year, they're going to legalize the banks for marijuana. And that's when it's just going to take off. So that's guaranteed. It's cheap. Most of them are going to start out as penny stocks anyway, and you'll be able to get in there and make some money. Not, you go with what we already told you, 3D, because it itself is going around, and you're looking for the best companies. So I believe in those. Again, IPOs, because it's quick money. I don't have to invest long term. I make a huge profit. So I can come back from that. Okay? That's what I would do. That's just me.
Ray?
I'm not advising you guys. I'm just telling you what I would do.
Yeah, no, I thought I gave a disclaimer. Ray, what do you thought?
Yeah, pretty much the same.
And that's been that way your whole life, eh, Tony? Yeah, just what Tony said.
No, look, I actually have to do what Ray says. Look, people ask me all the time, say, did you get your trust or your foundation? Did you read this? And they say, no. I say, why not? And they say, well, because I got you, so I don't need to go do all that. I'm like, really? Okay. But I say the same thing. I got 2 trusts, Ray did them. I'm going to have you more. Ray do them. They said, do you know how they work? No. Why not? Because I got Ray. Why do you know how they work?
I got Ray.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, well, that is really that's really funny. God. Anyway, gentlemen, obviously this telling us and predicting Tony as you have, and so how long do you think before it's $6 on the international exchange? Do you think
The Dinar?
Yeah.
I think, well, it depends on where it comes out at. Because our last thing was, it was $6, wasn't it? Or 6 to 7, 6. Anyway, it went up. It was 6 something. But we'll see if it comes out at that. But I think, the first week it's going to be significant because everybody's going to hear about it. Everybody who didn't believe it, thought we were all crazy, didn't know what we were talking about, or thought this was some kind of scam, and they're going to see all these brand new millionaires, and they're going to jump in. And I'm not talking about your everyday people. I'm talking about people that are already millionaires, multi-millionaires. They're like, oh, my God, we missed out on that. They're going to jump in. All the hedge funds, they're going to make their money quick.
So the $8 is reasonable, do you think?
$8?
Yeah,
$8 is reasonable. If I was you guys, I'm going to tell you, and again, I'm not advising anybody. Everybody got their own plan. But what I would do is go in immediately and try and get as much as I can at the contract rate. As much as they'll give me at the contract rate. They limit it to $20 million, or whatever it is, then okay. After that, I would let them know what I have. I say the rate is $6. I think it's going to go up to 12. I got another 100 million, another 50 million, or another 5 million. I'm going to wait and watch it go up, and then I'll come back. Or we can just solve this right now, and you can give me, instead of 12, give me 10, and we'll be done. And I can do it all at one time and negotiate it down. And then after that, okay, now that we're done, let's see how we can make our money make money. And you need not even then if they don't want to do it, okay, well, give me this much on the contract rate, and we're going to watch the board, and I'll come back. Because guys say, I can only offer you an extra $1 or $2, and okay, I'm going to have to wait till it goes up $3, and then you offer me the extra $1. But have a plan and go from there.
Great. Well, Tony, I can't wait for the call on Saturday. Not that Friday's call won't be good, but I'll bet Saturday's is going to be the best. So have a great day, and we'll look forward to the coming few days.
All right, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Hey, you bet. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. 610 area code. You are on.
Hey, good afternoon, Ray, and good morning, Tony. It's G-Man in PA.
Man, how you doing, man?
I'm doing super fantastic, Tony, and it's another dynamite day here in the USA, ladies and gentlemen. And for all of you who are new to the call and all of you who didn't know, all these calls and all the means of communication that Ray and Tony use to keep us informed need to be paid for. And it's up to all of us out here in the currency community to make donations in order to help keep this information superstation on the air. You can help by going to www.TNTSUPERFANTASTIC.com, clicking on that red donate button, and when you do, the name and address will come up to where you can send your check or money order made payable to Raymond Renfrow, P.O. Box 1748, Elm City, that's just like the tree, Elm City, North Carolina, 27822. And for those of you who would like to donate electronically, Cash App is available on the donation page. And if you're already familiar with and utilizing the Cash App, you can go to $TNT SuperFantastic, and you'll be able to make your donation electronically. And when you're sending in your donations, ladies and gentlemen, please include your phone number. That'll help Ray keep track of the donations that are sent in. And again, Ray and Tony, thank you for all you continue to do for us out here in the currency community. Thank you to those 13 task force members. They're still out there, making sure that the bankers and meeting facilities will be available for us post-RV so we can get all that banking information. Thank you to both of your families for sharing you with us. And I'll close out with Vegas, Vegas, Vegas. Verification, negotiation, diversification, protect your principal, and rally, 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 so I can come join you and enjoy some of that good home-style North Carolina barbecue. Thank you, gentlemen. Make it a dynamite day.
All right, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. There we go.
Okay, I don't know what caused that. Wait a minute. Okay, it was 281 that caused it. The next line. Let me try it again. 281. Okay, that won't work. 281. All right, 210. You're on. Area code 210. You are on. No 210? Okay. Let me try 281 again.
Hello, is that me?
Yeah, what are you doing? Are you on the speakerphone?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Hey, I hear you like 15 times.
I'm saying let's not do that one.
Okay, I thought maybe you could have figured out how to turn it off or something. But 713 area code. You're on.
Hey, Ray, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm fantabulous to the nth degree. And yourself?
I'm wonderful. Tony, happy anniversary to you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Real quick administrative thing, Ray. I called last week and told you I was having problems with donations. I did try it again a couple of times, and it kicked back both the app and the website. But then I just tried it about 10 minutes ago, and it went through. So just wanted to let you know that.
Okay.
So that it did go through. But I know that. Well, I just really quickly, when I looked at my activity, it wasn't showing activity on there from last fall when I did some too. So I don't know how to track that. I can look at my bank records and stuff. But the reason I'm saying is because I remember Tony said that that's how you're going to decide on who gets the first invite to see the Vegas thing. And I want to show up with my bottles of Louis the Trey for y'all. I don't know about y'all if you want me showing up, but I just wanted to check on that stuff. So how do I track that or something from the past is what I'm asking on this real quickly.
I don't know how to tell you how to track it from the past. If there's something, or whatever you submitted, you have to look at the way that you submitted it and see if there's still record from there. But we have our records on this end.
Okay. And I don't know if I put a phone number back then, so maybe, I don't know. I'll look at it and see again. Anyways, I don't want to hold you up on that.
Yes, sir.
Tony, really quickly, so with regards to the QI cards, that's their cards that they get, right, that the Iraqis have, right? That they get their money deposited.
QI card. Yeah, QI card. They have a QI card, and they have another card, too. Then they have the MasterCard, and they have the Visa card.
So they have a bunch of different cards.
They have at least 4 cards.
Okay. So what's the QI card? What is that where they get their money deposited from the government, or does it get spread out on all these different cards?
Their money from the government, their paychecks is going on the Visa cards and the MasterCards. So,
okay. All right. As far as, it was great when I saw that tweet from you last Friday night about the ISX. That was awesome to see. Obviously, that's a big thing, for this whole thing. Now, are they being traded? Is ISX is part of the NASDAQ now? That's what you were saying, right? With this, and is that saying that they're trading international stocks? Is that what you were trying to say? I just wanted to get more clarity around that.
They are saying that it went up there, and at some point it is going to go international, and they will be able to trade internationally through the NASDAQ.
Okay.
It's
but
not
it's
that way today because we can't see it. It is not presently.
Okay.
But they think it will be this week.
Okay. All right. And then I saw this article. I know that listening to you guys in the past, you've said, a lot of these articles, you got, different people own these different newspapers and TV stations and what over there. So it's can be agenda driven for their side or whatever. How well do you know about the Baghdad Post? Are they a reputable source, first of all, as far as information?
I don't know about any of them. I know, Maliki owns at least half of them. I know that they have recently changed the laws so that the newspapers have to tell the truth, not just what they want, and that it comes with a jail sentence when they don't. So we look at that because of that. I look at these news articles and they're, they're news articles about the people, but it's just like this. It's like, Trump said something in one paper, Pence says something in another paper, Pelosi says something in another paper, and they'll put them all down like they're the truth. And really it's nothing but three different people's opinion on what's going to happen at the next meeting. Or three different people and two of them say, well, me and him agree, and this guy over there says, well, they don't agree. They don't even know what they're talking about, so it's not going to happen. It's still his opinion. And that's why we keep getting articles, three different ones in one day saying this is going to happen. No, it's not. I'm going to make sure that this happens. Or we're going to do this. And they all put it out like it's the truth. Well, it is their truth, but doesn't make it the truth.
Right. That's why I was asking, because I saw this article about this minister who sits on the Investment and Economy Committee, Parliament, and said that the corruption laws are good laws, but they're not being applied evenly. And that's kind of why I was like, well, how truthful is this? That's what I was trying to get and try to figure out. It's hard to figure that stuff out with these people,
I think that's true. I mean, even looking at it, we know it's law because we saw it, and it was in the Gazette, and here it goes. Now, who's going to apply the law when the law is more crooked than the crooks?
Right.
Okay? I mean, who does that, right? I mean, how can the judge hand down a sentence to somebody for doing something that he does every day when he gets off at 5 o'clock? So he'd be like, man, you just got caught. I didn't. That's all it is. So, I mean, they're not going after the people. I mean, they're not going after Maliki. They're not going after his cronies. They're protected. So they get to keep breaking the law because, as far as they're concerned, it doesn't apply to them. I mean, who's going to enforce it? Nobody. We did it because the U.S. said we had to do it. Okay, the law is there. Now, the only way it's going to get enforced is if the DOJ comes over here and starts running our law like they're trying to do with Maliki, because we're not going to enforce that. We only did that because you guys said so. We still trying to take all the money.
I get it. Okay. All right. That gives me a better idea of it. Okay. Last one, too. Do you know anything about the contractors paying their employees now at new rate? I think last time I'd asked you, it hadn't started yet. Have they started that? What have you heard on that?
I have not heard them paying out at the 1-to-1 yet. I have not.
Okay.
Good question, though. So I got to remember to ask, but I haven't asked, and none of them have come back and said we changed our rate yet. So that's a good question. I'll check it out.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll hear something about that on Friday if we have a call, and if not, who cares, right? once we start.
Right.
So that was about it. Your gut on this is that we're in this next window here between Thursday and Sunday, right?
That's what I'm hearing, and that's what makes sense to me with what Forex did. So if you guys saw it, and a bunch of you did, because I know they pass it all around, there was a currency converter site that changed their rates yesterday. And it went from 0008 to 0015, the rate on the currency. And if you put it in, we're buying $1 million dinar for $900, and based on that new rate, $1 million dinar was 1,500 and something. It wasn't a big change, but it was a change. It was up there for about half an hour, and last night, it converted back. So for a half an hour, it was in fact there, and we were waiting to see would the rest of the currency converter sites follow it, and was this the beginning? But somebody was out there doing something, misinformation, calculating it, seeing how it was going to run. But for at least, I think, a half an hour, it was out there. Now, all that was because what? It popped up on Forex. So we'll see what happens.
All right. And one last thing too. I know that you said before, if you could, you would, when you go in and exchange. And you talked about this earlier with another caller about how you would negotiate contract rate, and if they only give you so much, hold the rest. It made me rethink about this. You had said that if you could, you'd buy some more, then go buy some more dinar once you've exchanged at the rate, and then watch it go back up. Would you still do that? Would you still think that would be a good thing? I mean, I'm thinking I would do that. I get, a bunch of money. Why not go buy some at 444, whatever it is, and then watch it go up to 8 and make some quick money on that too, right?
Okay, I got $50 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or I got $10 million. I just went and did my exchange. I got $10 million. And the rate is at $4.10. And I truly believe this rate could go as high as $12. Now, if I got $10 million, why wouldn't I take $5 million, buy as much dinar as I could buy at that current rate, watch it go up, and double my money all within 10 days? Now when I come back, instead of having $10 million, I made $15 million. I made a $5 million profit in 10 days, just double dipping.
Yeah. So that's what I wanted to say. Check it. I would do that. I think that's a great move. Okay. I don't want to hold you
now. Listen carefully. Listen. I need you to listen. I need everybody to listen. I can do that because I know what I'm doing. Okay. Because I know how Forex operates, and I know how to set my parameters and my warnings out. Because for $5 million, I wouldn't be walking the streets or going to work or doing anything else. I'd be watching that board to make sure I got out before it started going down. Because it's going to go down a whole lot faster than it goes up. I'm just saying.
You would have to be watching it. You'd have to be watching it during the business cycle constantly. You have to just sit in front of it and watch it and be ready to go at a moment's notice. Right?
That's right. If for $5 million, I'd be doing that, okay? Okay. I just don't want everybody to think they can do that and just walk away from it, and somebody will tell me when it gets there. It doesn't work like that, guys.
No, I appreciate you saying
okay.
that. No, that's exactly how I would handle it, for sure. All right. I appreciate it, gentlemen. I'll let the next caller come in. Thanks for your time today.
All right, thanks. Ray? Uh-oh. I must have lost Ray. I gotta wait till he comes
No,
back.
Okay. 239 area code, you're on.
239, that's you.
That's you.
It's you.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, that's you.
Oh, I have gotten confused here. Don't know exactly what to ask, but I wanted to know
How soon do you think this is going to be? This weekend or the first of next week?
Well, right now I'm saying between today and Sunday.
Between today and Sunday. That sounds good to me.
That's what I'm hearing.
Okay. I'm glad to know that. Thank you. I think that's my only question at this time.
All righty. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 907 area code. You're on. (907). Okay, you're off. 718 area code. You're on.
Is that me?
Yes, that's you.
How are you this afternoon? And Tony, how are you this morning?
I am
super fantastic.
To the nth degree.
You answered my questions already, but I had a few questions that I was told would be good to ask the financial planner or the banker. So I didn't know.
You want to ask Ray instead?
Well, I was just going to share them, and you could say which ones were okay and which ones are not.
Oh.
The first one is the first one is, are you a fiduciary? I'm not a part of the chat. I came in too late to be a member.
You're asking this of who?
Yeah, there's.
We're hearing the recording or backflash some kind of way on the other line, Ray. Okay. We're talking about the bank doing your exchange, or you're talking about afterwards?
These are questions that I was told by a friend of mine would be good to ask during the exchange.
Okay.
They're
not going to be doing that during the exchange. You can ask that during when you meet with your wealth manager or your private banker. I mean, depending on how much money you have, that's not going to happen. Every bank that you go to, and every investor, every person with license has a fiduciary responsibility. Okay? But you can always ask them that. But their answer should be yes.
In other words, the fact that they're employed by the bank should be a yes answer. Is that correct?
It should be at the banks. Now, you're going outside the bank. I don't know what people are licensed to do or what they're for. Most advisors do sign and have a fiduciary responsibility to do the right thing. Most investment companies, but go ahead and get the question asked. So, good question. What's next?
The next one is, what fees will I be paying? The third one is, how will you be compensated? The fourth one is, do you have any disclosures? The next one was, what certifications do you have? Because I'm told that most of them have more than one certification. And to find out what their investment philosophies are, and what type of clients do they specialize in.
Okay. All great questions. All of them were great questions. But you know what the most important thing is? Can you answer those questions? Do you know what the answer should be? Because that's what decides if that person is for you or not.
Well, that's why I said I would share them, because that would give us all an opportunity to look into it for ourselves, to do some research on our own.
Yeah, and that's what you have to know.
And to know what we're expecting, what we're looking for, and what to expect.
That's right. Because if you're answering that, asking that question, there's no sense to ask it if you don't know the answer you're looking for. Because anybody can give you a answer, but is that the answer you should be expecting? So, yeah, they're great questions. Yeah. Okay?
Very good. All right. Well, at any rate, you've given us a lot of hope today. I hope that this is going to come to a close, or not to a close, really, that the opening will change. Let's say it, put it like that. We'll come to the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. And appreciate you all very much. So, and blessed and wonderful. Happy anniversary, Tony.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
To you and your lovely wife. That's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So,
all right, thank you.
And hopefully, hopefully there won't be a call Friday, but if there is, look forward to hearing you on Friday. God bless.
All right. Thank you, man.
Hey.
Right.
Bye-bye. 509 area code, you are on.
Good morning, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. You?
I'm super fantastic.
How about you, Ray?
I'm fantabulous to the nth degree.
Thank you. Okay, my question is there a question that no one asked that you would answer if you could?
So, I can give you some breaking news. You want that?
Sure.
Okay, breaking news. It's on television right now that Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, has just ended the death penalty in California. Nobody else will be getting a death penalty in California. And they're doing away with all chambers, which is great. That was breaking news. Now, did you want to talk about Dinar too?
Yeah. Please.
Okay. Well, the question that I expected and did not, the CIA and everybody else asked is, what day did he tell you that this was going to happen? Because they have a day in mind. And if I could tell you that, I would tell you that. But we're so close, I don't want to mess anything up. I mean, sometimes, hey, I couldn't do that, but we have a lot of people on our call who listen, and now that I got hedge fund managers and others who are listening, it could affect things. But I gave you a 4-day span. I even explained to you guys, as mentioned, when Forex could do it and couldn't do it. So even further close the window for you to a period of time that we should look for. So we'll see.
Okay. That was my question.
All right.
And I heard all of it, and it all sounds good. And come on, lower denoms, release them.
There you go. Release them to the streets. Everybody, not selective people. Release them to everybody. Because then we know this is over.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, thank you. Have a great day.
Good day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
347 area code, you're on.
Hey, what's going on, Ray? How you doing, Tony? How y'all doing today? Wonderful.
How you doing?
My question is this. I can't complain. You know me, man. My complaining is over. I'm just in a wait mode. So my question is this. And I think Tony might have. Ray probably went over this some time ago. If the grantor of your trust or whoever wrote your trust passes away, is there anything that you have to do, or is there? What do you suggest? How's that? What are your options?
For what?
If the person
you didn't
who wrote
finish
your
the question.
Trust, yeah.
The what now?
The question was if the guarantor passes away, or the person who wrote your trust passes away, what do you have anything? Do you have anything you have to do, and what are your options?
You choose whether or not to go to the funeral. And that's about it.
Okay, choose whether or not to go to the funeral. All right, so but
So,
don't you have? Okay, you have to keep up your filing fees and everything else, correct?
Filing fees.
Yeah, every year, there's some type of fee. I have.
Okay.
They have.
You don't understand. You don't understand the roles that these people play. A grantor he just created something, and
Correct.
he put some stipulations on how it's going to be run and managed. Then he's done with it.
Okay.
So now you have trustees that will actually run the show, so to speak. Now, if you're asking what happens to that person when they die, hopefully they have selected somebody to replace them. That's called a successor trustee.
Okay.
That way the show can keep right on going.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, when I said about
So, how many
filing
trustees do you have? Hold on a second. I'm going to help you out.
Say again.
How many trustees
Say
do you
again?
have? How many trustees do you have?
Well, actually, happy anniversary, Tony. I had 2, and actually today is the anniversary of the passing of my mother. So I'm going to forever remember your anniversary. So we coming up on a year of her passing today. So she was a trustee. So I have to get some other successor trustees, but they got to be able to walk the walk and talk the talk. So when I tell them they got to, sit down and start doing their due diligence to understand the language and terminology and stuff like that, or have some type of fundamental education. I mean, when I come up on those people who I've chosen and they answer the questions that I pose to them successfully, then I make them trustees, because then otherwise, after I pass, they could do whatever they want, as a trustee, if I don't put in different rules, regulations, bylaws, and stipulations that they're going to carry out. But there was a firm who we would pay every year, and it was for this filing fee. So that person and the person who took over, and I'm going to say his name because there's probably some other people on this call that might have used this guy. His name is William E. Tully. And come to find out, this guy has been brought up on charges and went to jail for not paying the filing fees that people were sending him to pay on behalf of their, I do believe, the LLCs, whoever had trust and LLCs together. So I asked the wrong question about the trust when it comes down to who, and I have to answer my door right now, as to who has to pay the filing fee. So now that I got the right category, meaning trust and LLCs, the filing fee was for the LLCs. So I'm good with that.
All right.
Okay, we're good.
Now we got that cleared up. Thank you,
yeah,
sir.
we good. Thanks a lot, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Tony, enjoy your anniversary, and Ray, enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
305 area code, you're on.
Yes, thank you. God bless you all.
Okay, good morning. I can't hear.
305?
Okay,
yes,
can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
can
you now.
Yes, I can now,
okay.
yes.
Okay, I'm calling in reference, God bless you all, to the Rupiah. Do you have any rates for that one?
108 to 125.
108 to 125. Okay. And the Real is out, right?
I believe the Real is out.
It's out. Okay. Thank you, and happy anniversary, and God bless both of you and your family. Thank you.
But now, if you're holding the Real, don't dispose of it.
No, I won't. No, I won't. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Or anyone else for that matter, don't get rid of any currency that you're holding until we know beyond a shadow of a doubt that it's worthless. And we're not saying that any of it is worthless. We're just saying it's not supposedly in the basket to exchange with the rest of it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a
Sure.
blessed day. Okay.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Okay, you too. Thanks.
281 area code. You're on.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
And it's going great.
How's it going? How are you doing?
I'm just great, lovely, blessed. Thank you.
Okay. What's going on with you today?
Huh?
I said, what's going on with you today?
Oh, every time I get on the call now, I'm driving. Hey, Mr. Tony and Mr. Ray, how y'all feel?
I'm fantabulous, sir, to the nth degree.
Well, all righty then. Well, what about you, Mr.
So,
Tony?
I'm super fantastic. I'm doing
Okay.
great. I'm trying to figure out if you're an Uber driver or a Lyft driver. Which one is it?
Neither one. I'm dropping off kids. Got out of school early.
Oh, okay.
But, Tony, I have a question for you. My husband, he listens, but he's not able to get on and talk. So he wanted me to ask you, he said he wanted to know about the bank platforms. He said, can you give him like an example? Because he went trying to look and trying to see, but it did not show him what he think that what you were talking about. So he was saying, what kind of platforms do they offer? Can you give him an example of the bank platform?
Those platforms are for really, I was going to say, high net worth individuals who have a high tolerance for pain and are willing to gamble, first of all.
Right.
So there's nothing easy or good about platforms except for they pay, but you are gambling. But most of platforms deal with global trades, contracts, and financing because it's such at a high level and pays daily interest. That's why you have to be invited to a platform. You can't go find one. Somebody has to invite you in, and they look at you just as much as you look at them.
Right. Okay, I got it. I understand what you're saying. I think this question was asked, but I was trying to find out what the kids read and stuff. Have the actual people over in Iraq, have they actually got the laudanums in their hand? I know you said they were in the ATMs, but have they actually got it in their hand?
Well, is that still there? Oh, okay, I'm quiet.
Yes.
My thing is the guy, that we talked to, they actually have them in their hand. He has actually seen them with his own two eyes in their hand, and I have two people over there, and I got one person in another country actually who told us they were trickling out for the last 2 to 3 weeks. But he said he has seen them, and they are out. They're not everywhere, but they are putting some of them out.
Okay. Now, I have a question for you concerning what I have. I have a Dinar that's a 50, but I've been had it. Will I be able to trade that in? I'm sorry, not trade it in. Will I be able to have them to buy that back from me, or I should have been and allowed it to go back a while back? And
where did you get it from?
The exchange.
Okay, you got it when you ordered the rest of your Dinar, right?
Yes.
Then you're going to be able to exchange it, just like you will the rest of your Dinar.
Okay, good. That's all the questions I have. It's good to hear your voice. Happy, blessed anniversary to you. And I'm right along with you and your brother and everyone else. we're just thanking God that hopefully it will go this week. My father is not able to take any more chemo, so you all just continue to pray for us. Ray knows about that, and y'all just continue to pray for us. He is 80 years old, so he says he's trying to get his affairs in order. So I'm just really trying to hang around here because I've been going through some medical issues myself, and just all squared away so I can go home and go and see my father at this time. So just asking that you all continue to pray for us.
All right, yes, ma'am.
All right. Do that. You tell me he's in our prayers. All right.
Thank
and you and your husband. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, take care.
All right, have a great day.
You all too.
Okay, 214 area code. You are on.
Hello, Ray. Hello, Tony. How are you?
Hi. I am fantabulous.
Super fantastic.
I'm glad to hear that.
How are you?
I'm fabulous. Just fabulous. Didn't
Just
Kuwait?
Fabulous. Okay.
Yes, just fabulous. Didn't Kuwait revalue their currency this month?
This month, you said?
Yeah. Wasn't there revaluation?
Excuse me. Thought theirs occurred in April, but you could be right.
It was April? Oh, okay. I thought it was March. I can't
I
remember.
thought it was.
I thought it was the 25th, but I'm not positive.
You could be right. Yep.
Okay. I'm not positive. My next question. You said that the Forex wants to do this. The Forex closes Friday at 6 o'clock, you said?
Friday. The markets close at 4. But I think 4. Forex, yeah. Yeah, closes at 4 Eastern, yeah, because it's 1 o'clock my time, yes.
And when do they reopen?
2 o'clock on Sundays.
2 o'clock on Sunday. So we have till Friday and then Sunday. And did you hear anything else about Zimbabwe?
Yeah, and 2 o'clock on Sunday is my time because they open 5 on the East Coast. So 2 o'clock my time.
Okay.
Did I hear anything else about Zimbabwe? Nope. Just what we said. The bank said they're doing it. The committee says they're not. And we're going to see who wins.
Okay. I have read some articles that the MDC have changed their minds. Well, at least the head guy, the one who lost the presidency, has changed his mind about sanctions. He's trying to push for sanctions now. And they're taking some laws to Parliament this week, formed. And I believe that's all that they need for sanctions to change. So that seems to be good news for me. And I did speak to a gentleman from Lebanon here in the States, and it just kind of puzzled me that their interest rates used to be 20% before their cabinet switched over, and then it went to 15%. And when things were good, they were receiving 5%. So I'm just wondering, overseas, are they getting better interest rates than we are? A lot of countries. Did you know of?
I don't know.
It's like, wow, that's fantastic.
It is. I mean, and things are changing in Zimbabwe every day. There's a bunch of articles out about them and their currency, but I'm just going to wait and see what happens because, they came out with the new money, the new rules. The bank said it wasn't good. They had another change in the article this morning, which I really can't remember what it was, though, because I was reading so many. But we're just going to have to wait on them.
Yeah, I think so, too. Do you think it's going to go? What are your thoughts?
I think it's going to go because, again, as I've always told you guys, those are the notes the Treasury told me to get. They told me to put it out there. I put it out there, and the bank is saying they're going to take those notes. And that's what their training is still doing up to this day. They haven't been told anything different. But again, our committee guy said, the deal's off and it's not going to go. So we'll see.
Okay, and what about the cabinet for Iraq? Saturday for that, or do you think they'll do it tomorrow?
I think they're going to discuss it Saturday, like they said. I don't know when they will finally do it. But if they're smart, like I do, it will be after the actual RV announcement is made.
Oh,
or the international announcement is made, not before.
Oh, so you think it'll be after the international announcement is made?
I think that would be the smart move financially. The banks, they didn't want to create a bunch of millionaires and billionaires, which I know they don't. They would do it that way, but we'll see what happens.
Aren't they supposed to meet tomorrow?
They're supposed to meet on Saturday to discuss it.
Oh, okay. I thought they were supposed to meet tomorrow and then vote on Saturday. No?
Let me see. Oh, no, because it was something with Thursday and Friday, like I was telling Ray. So that was, I forgot what I actually came up with at the end.
They're going to meet Thursday to supposedly to vote for Saturday.
To vote for Saturday.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what I thought I heard Ray say. Okay.
No, you heard
right.
Tony say that. You didn't hear Ray say that. But anyway.
Okay.
I'm just joking.
Well, all you brothers, the voices kind of blend in. I can't tell who's who these days,
Ooh, okay.
You all sound alike these days. I can't tell who's who.
All righty.
Questions. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
All right,
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, we'll squeeze in 303 area code. What's going on?
Well, good morning and good afternoon, you fellas. I hope everything's going well for you.
Yes,
we're
sir.
Here in the middle.
Happy
We're here in the middle of a. Oh, cool. Anyway, we're here in the middle of a blizzard. We're supposed to get a foot of snow and 70-knot winds for the rest of the day.
Wow.
So it's. I think we'll be staying in even if the banks do open. Relative to that, Tony, since it's your anniversary, by the way, happy anniversary, and my birthday today, it only makes sense that they should do it today.
Hey.
Well, okay.
Okay.
I agree with you. Let's get it over with.
And don't let any more people call you Senor Dumas, okay?
Senor Dumas?
Dumas, yeah. Don't let any more people call you that.
I didn't know people were calling me that.
Well, you said earlier in the call there were some that called you a dumbass, and isn't that Dumas?
Oh. Yeah, you're probably right. There's probably a whole lot of people calling me that.
Nah.
Okay. Yeah,
no.
The English version.
And by the way, you guys don't sound anything at all alike. It's really easy to tell. Anyway, wanted you to have a happier anniversary than normal, and since you said it would probably be when Forex is open according to them now, and that brings it down to 2.5 days, of which one of the days is our half a day today. It might as well happen today.
Might as well. Let's just get it over with. That's what I said.
Exactly.
Hey.
Is that okay with you?
That's time for it to happen as soon as we hang up this phone, so we can do calls back to back. All right.
Well, if that's the case, then
all right,
I'll sign off right now. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, take care.
All
right, Tony, wrap-up time.
All right, guys. We know we're here. We're at the end. Could be any day now. Again, Forex, banks, my guys overseas, all think it's this week. Now, everybody said Forex thought it was last week, too. But that just means we're a week closer. Things have gone that much further. The rate is $286 in Iraq. They are adjusting their prices. We do have people with it on their card. We have had some SKRs exchanged for cash at the rate of $3.37. That one we know for sure. This was just what's today, Wednesday? Yeah, Thursday. This was last Thursday when he did that. So we're looking good, ready to go. We're just waiting our turn. And it's going to be here sooner rather than later. So there's no pressure. Just go through the things that you know you need to do to get ready so you are ready. And go through your first 10 steps that you set up so you know it in your mind. So you know when you sit down with him and start your conversation, you know exactly what you want to say and what you want to hear. All right? I am ready. You get ready. Enjoy the rest of your day. Ray?
All right, folks, it's Hump Day Wednesday. Tony's pretty much said it all that needs to be said. Anything develops, we'll be back with text messages or maybe even a call if warranted. If not, then we'll return on Friday with our regularly scheduled program. Keep believing. We sure do.